بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Inshallah, today we are going to continue our session on Manasik al-Hajj, and the chapter which we were discussing was the Ihram. And after entering the state of Ihram, we started discussing the kafarat, the penalties, and we said in the penalties that we started with hunting, because hunting is the most severe thing and most practical thing in those days, where those days the circumstances were different about the food and drink issues. It was not like nowadays you get the cooked food or something like that. No, you had to hunt and you had to slaughter and you had to prepare your food, prepare the animal. So that's why many people, they were not aware of. That's why the masail, the rulings in this section are many about the hunting. But we are not going to go too much into deep, because nowadays it's not too practical. Just a few rulings, and inshallah we will try to move on. So we completed this about the chick of the bird which you hunted, and the egg, ruling of the egg. So he says the Sistani has an obligatory precaution to avoid the egg of the hunted animal, the bird you hunted. The egg of that animal should not be eaten or broken, or it is prohibited on the muhrim person. You cannot take it, you cannot eat it, you cannot break it. والأحوط جبن, and on the basis of obligatory precaution, أن لا يعين غيره غيره على ذلك, and he should not even help other people on doing so. So let's say somebody cannot. We discussed that. So and this was something we did yesterday. Yes. So now we are going to discuss about the hunt, like fishing. They call it sea hunt, Sayd al-Bahri. So he says, ruling number 204, الأحكام المتقدمة كما ذكرنا إنما تختص بصيد البر. The rulings, the previous ruling we mentioned, they are specific to the hunt of the land hunt, hunting on the land. ومنه الجراد, and among these hunted animal is the locust. Locust is halal in Islam, and many people, they eat locust. They told us that it tastes like almost like shrimp, because he has this it has an external case which is exoskeleton, which is solid, and then inside they have meat, and you can see the perhaps the wisdom behind eating locust be permissible, because the locust, they eat green, they eat grass, they eat anything green they eat. So whenever the swarm of locust comes, the agricultural people, the farmers, they get terrified, because once they come with the swarm, they eat up everything and they go, and everything is done. So that's why they have to put pesticides, this and that, a lot of things. Those days they will put the nets once they find out that the locusts are on their way, because the locusts, they rest at night, and in the morning they continue their journey. So when they are coming, their neighbors would come and warn the other neighbors, tribes. Oh, the locusts are going to come to this area tomorrow, and this and that. So they have attacked our area. So they get prepared. They put nets. So once the locusts, they are coming, they are getting attached in the nets. Okay. And then they would collect them and marshmallow them. Like they eat them like the way you grill the marshmallow and this kind of thing. Anyhow, regardless, some they make they make stew out of it as well, curry and those kind of things. It may sound disgusting for those people who are culturally not adapted, but those who are culturally adapted, it's fine. I find even honey, many of the children, they don't like eating honey, or they don't like eating shrimp, because shrimp, they like crawly creatures. So it's a cultural thing. How are you adapted in eating and your diet? That is how um, it goes. So jarad is also same. You cannot hunt the jarad, the locust. وأما صيد البحر فلا بأس به. As for sea hunt, that means fishing, there is no problem in it. والمراد بصيد البحر ما يعيش في الماء فقط. And the meaning of صيد البحر, sea hunt, or fishing, it's fishing. ما يعيش في الماء فقط, things which live in the water only, not like amphibians. Amphibians, they live part in water, part in on land. He said no, only those like crocodiles. Crocodiles, they live on land and they live on water. So he says كالسمك, like fish, it lives in water only. وأما ما يعيش في الماء وخارجه, and وخارجه, and as for those creatures which are living, sea creatures which are living in sea and living out of it, living in water and out of the water, فملحق بالبر. So the rule of the land hunt will be applied upon them. ولا بأس بصيد ما يشك في كونه بريا على الأظهر. And there's no harm in hunting the or catching the animal which you doubt that it is land or sea. So if you doubt it is land or sea, then you can consider sea and hunt it. Or now remember, you will say, okay, crocodile or something like that, we don't eat. It's hunting is not about eating. Remember, I told you, hunting is about making the skin halal, making the skin halal. So there is an animal, you see, you doubt, like whale. The skin of whale, people, they make like shoes, they make like a lot of things they use from the leather of the whale. So if you want the whale, if you want to hunt the whale, you say you don't know that it is land or it is sea creature or land creature or whatever. So for example, I'm giving an example. So it's you can't eat whale because it doesn't have scale. But yes, if you hunt the whale down and you can use its skin leather to make things out of it. Okay. So when we say hunting or slaughtering, making it halal, it's not necessary about food, about eating. No, there are other things, other benefits you can come up with the halal animals. ولا بأس بصيد ما يشك في كونه بريا. There's no harm in whatever you doubt that it is land or sea. على الأظهر, most apparently, more apparently. What does that mean? That means here you will find ulamas, they differ. Fuqaha, they differ. Some said أظهر, some said الظاهر. That means apparently, that one should avoid. Okay, whatever is doubtful. Say this Sistan says, like apparent is apparent from the words of the narration. The dhuhur, remember in ilm al-usul, those who did ilm al-usul, they know that hujjiyat al-dhuhur, that means zahir hujjah, that means apparent meaning is proof. Okay, so we have to take the apparent meaning, unless if there's a qarina or clue, contextual clue, which diverts the meaning from the literal meaning to the metaphorical meaning or unapparent meaning. So some scholars, they said that apparently it's doubtful. We can understand from the text. Say this is Sayyid Ahmad says, no, for me, al-adhar indi, for example, most apparent to me, yes, it is apparent to you, but more apparent to me is it is permissible. ولا بأس بصيد ما يشك في كونه بريا. There's a doubt about this animal, it is land or sea. Though in this case, if you're doubting, then you can hunt that animal. Okay. Now, so كما يحرم, just as it is forbidden on the person who's has entered the state of ihram, صيد البر, land hunt, كذلك يحرم عليه قتل شيء من الدواب. Okay, وإن لم يكن من الصيد. Similarly, it is prohibited for them to kill anything which walks on the ground. Anything, any creature which walks on the ground. Dawab, dabba means walking on the ground. And Quran mentioned that there are some, they have this many feet, this many feet, this. Human also is dabbatul earth because we walk on the ground. We walk on the earth. Okay. So yeah. This is a Chat GPT translation. I don't trust Chat GPT translation. Just I kept it for the purpose of the names of the animals. Okay. But the wordings we have to go through. We change a lot of wordings because they don't give you the specific meaning you need sometimes. Yeah. So anything, any animal here. Dawab here means animal. Any animal, not human. Any animal that walks on the ground, even if you are not going to hunt, you're not going to say Bismillah Wallahu Akbar. You're going to just kill it, like killing it. So there's killing and there's hunting and slaughtering. So that's hunting and slaughtering is halal. And just without hunting and slaughtering, like without saying Bismillah Wallahu Akbar, without the conditions, that kind of a situation is prohibited. Okay? كذلك يحرم عليه قتل شيء من الدواب. So as hunting is not permissible, making the animal halal, even non-halal method, killing without halal method is prohibited as well. وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ مِنَ الصَّيْدِ, even if it was not hunting, like that killing was not hunting, killing is not allowed, be it hunting, not hunting. وَيُسْتَثْنَى مِنْ ذَلِكَ مَوَارِد, there are exceptional cases. What are these exceptional cases? The domestic animals or domesticated animals, الحيوانات الأهلية. وَإِن توحشت, even if they become wild, okay? Even if they become wild, that's it. We go back to the origin of it. Originally, they are domesticated animals or domestic animals or animal that can be domesticated, such as goats, cows, and camel, كالغنم والبقر والإبل. وما لا يستقل بالطيران من الطيور كالدجاج حتى الدجاج الحبشي. And those which are not they cannot fly independently. They can jump up and flip their wing, and you can see the chicken when it jumps from up to down, it flips their wing. But the chicken cannot fly. The chicken can jump and flap the wings. Okay, like the rooster you have seen, they flap the wing and they jump up and down, but they cannot independently fly. Okay. وما لا يستقل بالطيران من الطيور. So why, Sayyidina? What is the difference between birds or the birds they can fly or the birds they cannot fly? The birds they cannot fly, they are not controllable. Like the ducks, those ducks which they fly and they travel from now north to south and south to north. Those kind of animal, those kind of ducks, you have to hunt them. You cannot capture them easily. Any and pigeon also. Pigeon, you cannot capture them easily. You have to hunt them. Unless if you have domesticated the pigeon already and it's in your house and playing here and there and walking, and then you become hungry and you start looking, oh, the food is in front of me and kind of thing. So yeah, then you get your pigeon. Come on, pigeon, give him some seeds, it will come, and then catch her. Bismillah, wallahu akbar. So it has been domesticated. But most of the pigeons, no, you have to hunt them down. So pigeon is halal to eat, be eaten. So ducks are two types. One are light ducks, which they fly, and one are heavy ducks. They just are like chicken. They can't fly independently, you see, by themselves. They just jump here and there and flip their wings. So وما لا يستقل بالطيران, and those animals, like in this case birds, because there's a flying, بالطيران, and those which cannot fly independently. Excuse me, lack of sleeping. وما لا يستقل بالطيران من الطيور, and those animals which cannot fly independently. Chicken cannot fly independently. Okay. If you want, you can take the chicken in the aeroplane with you, and that's how they can fly. But by themselves, they cannot fly. كالدجاج, such as chicken. حتى الدجاج الحبشي الغرغر. You know what's the dajaj al-Habashi? It's like turkey. Let me see. I have an image of dajaj al-Habashi. Since we have an image, let's try to share the image. Okay. There you go. It looks like a turkey. Habashi is Abyssinia. So this is where I found from Mullah Google, and Mullah Google is Mullah Wikipedia, and Mullah, this is Habashi Gargar. So if we go to the images, it might have a better, yeah. Yeah, it's basically turkey. Dajjaj al-Habashi is, well, either turkey, either species of turkey, because turkey, they call it Dajjaj Rumi, Roman chicken, like this one, Dajjaj Rumi, Roman chicken. This is turkey. So there is a difference between turkey, okay, and Dajjaj al-Habashi, Gharghar. Yeah, and this is like, see, there are few differences between the turkey and the Habashi and the Rumi. They call it Dik Rumi. Okay, so I think you got the idea about the Dajjaj Habashi and Dik Rumi. And then there's another animal. Let me show you before we come to it. I don't know whether you're familiar with this animal, kite. Okay. Kite is like, people, they play with kites, paper kites, plastic kites. But actually, it's an animal, which is, it's a bird. It's a hunting bird, which is called HAJJ. And this is like, yeah, it's like a hawk kind of thing. One of hawk, eagle, something like that. So it looks like a kite as well. Flies like a kite. It has big wings. Yeah, so this is hada. Okay. Let's go back to our slides. Yeah. So such as chicken, even the Habshi, the Abyssinian chicken, غرغر, فإنه يجوز له ذبحها. You can slaughter these. These are like food consumption, because you are muhrim, you need to eat some food. So you can slaughter these. كما لا بأس بذبح ما يشك في كون أهله. And it is as it is also permissible, there is no harm in slaughtering, whatever you doubt, you found a bird which has the qualifications of edible bird or edible animal, but you don't know it is domestic or it is ahli. That's fine. You can just slaughter it. You're doubting. Okay. So the hunting is problematic. But when you slaughter these things, slaughtering is different than hunting, because slaughtering the animals are controlled, under control. What else? The exemptions. Harmful animals, such as the beasts and the snakes, and other than anything other than beasts and snakes which are harmful. فإنه يجوز له قتله. For he it is permissible for him to kill it, like kill these. سباع الطيور إذا آذت حمام الحرم فيجوز قتله. You know those um, carnivorous birds, the birds which eat flesh, like hada'a, like eagle, like those kind of things. So these where they eat flesh eating birds. Okay, these are سباع الطيور. These are the beast of the birds. إذا آذت not hammam, sorry, حمام الحرم. You know, in the haram there are pigeons. These, they come and they take the pigeon, and they have their lunch and dinner on pigeons. So these animals, when they come inside the haram, and these birds, and they pick up the pigeon, then these birds, you can kill these kind of birds, flesh-eating birds, or the one which has a beak in a way that it can tear down the flesh, and the claws, all these kind of things. So they're prepared for the flesh eating capacities. Okay, then we have al-af'a wal-usud al-ghadar. So now we have af'a, the snake, and then the lions. Okay, lion, which is the lion which deceives, because many people, they pet lions. So if the lion has been domesticated, then he understood. But there are lions, deceiving lions. So deceiving lions, okay, they deceive their owner, and somehow if they become hungry, they just eat their owners. So they're not loyal. So these are opposite of loyal animals. وَكُلُّ حَيَّةِ سُوءٍ وَالْعَقْرَبِ. So that means there are snakes, they are not problematic. Those snakes, you cannot kill them. Only problematic snakes. So that's why he said, وَكُلُّ حَيَّةِ سُوءٍ وَالْعَقْرَبِ. Al-aqrab is the scorpion. Wal-fa'ra, the mouse, or the rat, mouse. Like fa'ra means mouse family, be it mouse or be it, because they eat up your food. They disturb, they carry diseases. فإنه يجوز قتلها مطلقا. These things, absolutely you can kill them. The snakes, the lion, which are deceiving lion, every snake, bad snake, harmful snake. والعقرب, scorpion. والفأرة. ولا كفارة. Let's say if you kill out of necessity, will there be any penalty? He says no. ولا كفارة في قتل شيء مما ذكر. There is no penalty for these exemptions, the exempted killing we mentioned. كما لا كفارة في قتل السباع مطلقا. For the beast, the popular opinion that you can kill all the beasts, okay, absolutely, without any restriction, or without any condition. However, إلا الأسد, except for the lion. And why? It's a more popular opinion. don't kill the lion. You can kill anything unless if the lion was harmful. Obviously, we mentioned on the number 2, Sibah. Okay, so these are harmful. ما خشي المحرم على نفسه, whatever the muhrim is afraid of on his life. Okay, على نفسه, ما خشي المحرم على نفسه أو أراده من السباع والحيات. So he's afraid on himself, or no, these snakes and these beasts are intending to target the muhrim. So they want the muhrim. So that's why he says على نفسه أو أراده. ما خشي المحرم على نفسه أو أراده من السباع والحيات, or whatever he wants from the beasts and the snakes. So he says there's no penalty because we allowed you to kill them. ولا كفارة في قتل شيء مما ذكر. There's no penalty on killing whatever we mentioned here, the exemptions. كما لا كفارة في قتل السباع مطلقا. Similarly, or as there is no penalty in killing the beasts absolutely. إلا الأسد, except for the lion. Why? Because mashhur, the popular opinion indicates you cannot kill the lion. إلا المشهور. وقيل بثبوت الكفارة, and it was said that there will be a penalty on killing it. وهي القيمة, and what is the penalty? How much does this lion cost? We will give the person who has killed the lion in the state of ihram or hunted or whatever the rules were we mentioned. So he needs to pay a penalty. And what is the penalty? How much is the lion? The cost of the lion, the value of the lion. في قتل ما لم يرده منها. وقيل بثبوت الكفارة وهي القيمة في قتل ما لم يرده. Remember in the number 2 we said muhrim is afraid of certain animals, so he's permitted to kill them. Or no, these animals, they came to him, they attacked, they initiated the attack. So as long as they initiate the attack, there's no kafara. But in the beast, we said we can kill the beast even if they don't intend us. We can kill them, the beast, absolutely. And okay, well, but what about the penalty if I can kill them? So the mashhur, they said that there is a kafara. Al-waqila, it was said that kafara is going to be penalized. The person going to be penalized of paying penalty, and the penalty is if he did not attack you, you pay the penalty. If he attacked you, there's no penalty, and the penalty is what? The value of the animal itself. But say the Sistani does not support this opinion, the mashhur opinion. ولا كفارة في قتل شيء مما ذكر. There's no kafara in whatever we mentioned. ولا كفارة في قتل السبع مطلقا. Be it they attack you or they don't attack you. They attack you or they come to you, that means they attack you, or no, they don't attack you. There is no penalty except for the lion. There is a penalty of equal price, equal the value of the lion. بثبوت الكفارة وهي القيمة في قتل ما لم يرده منها. So because the animal was approaching him, he killed, that means there's no kafara. But if an animal did not come and you killed, then mashhur said that there is kafara. Okay, what about this crow? Sometimes the crow, they come and disturb you, or al-hada'a. Remember that hawk kite? I showed you the kite, K-I-T-E, kite. So they say that you throw the stone, and whoopsie daisy, your stone throwing was very hard. So that poor crow died. Okay, or that hada, or any animal is attacking the the HAJJ or those kind of thing, and there is a and we said that you can push them away. So you can throw stones on these ghurab, crows, or this hada'a, and there will be no penalty, even if the stone struck the bird and killed it, as long as it's permissible, then there is no kafara. ولا بأس بالمحرم أن يرمي الغراب والحدأ. There is no harm in a believer to stone the crow or the kite, and there is no penalty if he hits them and kills them. These are a few questions available in the chapter of hunting. We'll take them and we'll be done for today. هل يجوز قتل الوزغ والعقرب والحية في حال الإحرام? I think it was mentioned there in the ruling. However, the lizard was not mentioned. So can a person kill a lizard or a scorpion or a snake in the time of ihram, in the state of ihram? He says يجوز للمحرم قتل العقرب وكذا كل حية سوء، أما الوزغ فلا يجوز له قتلها. Okay, so therefore muhrim, it is permissible for muhrim to kill the scorpion. Similarly, every harmful snake, because there are snakes, they are not harmful. وأما الوزغ, as for the lizard, house lizard, wazagh is that spies on you. It's like a spy device hanging somewhere in the room or something like that. You find this mostly in Arab countries or desert countries, places where they have lots of deserts. وَأَمَّا الْوَزَغَ فَلَا يَجُوزُ لَهُ قَتْلُهَا. And as for the lizard, you cannot kill that. Unless if it was harmful, then it's another category. But here, the lizard is not harmful. Maybe she's performing the Hajj as well. هل تجب الكفارة بقتل أو وطء الجراد اضطرارا وما هي كفارته? Is it obligatory to pay the penalty by killing or stepping on the jarad out of necessity? If so, then what is the penalty? كفارة قتل الجراد ولو اضطرارا تمرة أو كف من الطعام. Date. Give the poor a piece of date, or no, handful of food. Okay, like less than even quarter kilo. ومع التعدد تتعدد الكفارة. Let's say you stepped over like several times. Okay, several times you stepped over locusts. Once done, there's one penalty. Again, you stepped over some locust. There's another penalty, and so on. So does the kafara, does the penalty become multiplied by the multiplication of the killing of the locust and the locust, even out of necessity? ومع التعدد, but with the multiplication of killing, okay, تتعدد الكفارة. The kafara will be multiplied as well. إلا إذا كان كثيرا عرفا, unless if the locust was so many numbers of locusts were there, okay, it was annoying, it was almost close to being harmful, then إلا إذا كان كثيرا عرفا. So إلا إذا تتعدل, if they are كثير and you keep stepping on them, you want to reach the destination, that you have killed a lot of locusts, then you'll have to bring a container full of rice and give it to the poor, for example, hypothetically speaking. Okay, so إلا إذا كان كثير عرفا, if you see that locusts are so many, okay, and you're walking, you have to go somewhere, you're walking and you're stepping on them and you're killing them, so, and you are in the state of ihram. إلا إذا كان كثير عرفا فإن فيه شاة. So remember, the first level of kafara was date or handful of food. But if إلا إذا كان كثيرا فإن فيه شاة. So if there were plenty avoidable and you stepped over them, then you have to slaughter a sheep. Because remember, we're saying you have to try to avoid. Now, if it's not avoidable, you walked over them, there were so many, there's no kafara. Okay? But if there are plenty and it's not avoidable, you cannot pass through them. You cannot pass through the swarm of locusts. So what will happen here? Then إلا إذا كان كثير عرفا فإن فيه الشاة. So if there are plenty, you see, obviously avoidable. Plenty, you stepped over them, then there's going to be a sheep, not a date, not handful of food. نعم إذا وطأ المحرم الجراد في الطريق فلا كفارة عليه إذا لم يتيسر له اجتنابه. Okay? Yes, if a person was in his way to miqat, for example, okay? إذا لم وين كان الأحوط استحبابا أن يكفر. Okay, here we said كفارة قتل الجراد ولو اضطران تمرة وكف من الطعام. That's number one. The penalty of killing the locust even out of necessity. Okay, it's date or a handful of food. ومع التعدد, with the multiplication of the cause of penalty, the penalty will be multiplied. Unless if it was plenty or fun. Okay, there's so many locusts and there are plenty and you stepped over them. فَإِنَّ فِيهِ شَاة. So if there are plenty, there is a sheep in it. So from date or handful of food to sheep. That is when, if it's plenty and you could not avoid it. نعم إذا وطأ المحرم الجراد في الطريق فلا كفارة عليه. He has not yet reached miqat. He has not yet entered the state of ihram. He is arriving to the miqat. And once before they arrived the miqat, they saw this locust. They went to get some locust, hunt them down, and they stepped over a lot of them. So they did hunting, and also they crushed a few under their feet. نعم إذا وطأ المحرم الجراد في الطريق. However, if a muhrim person stepped over the locust in his way, فلا كفارة عليه. There is no penalty upon him. إذا لم يتيسر له اجتنابه. If he was not able to avoid, if it was unavoidable. وإن كان الأحوط استحبابا, and له أن يكفر. Even though it's recommended precaution for him to cover, to pay the kafara. وإن كان الأحوط استحبابا له أن يكفر. Even though it's recommended precaution for him to pay the penalty, not obligatory, recommended. Ruling number 9, or question number 9. هل تثبت الكفارات في حق المتمتع? Remember, time period between حج التمتع عمرة التمتع. في ماذا إذا أتى بموجبها? If he brings something which causes the kafara, penalty. So it's more of a general question. Let's see. في حق المتمتع. Somebody is doing حج التمتع. That means عمرة التمتع and then حج التمتع. In between, he has time in Mecca. Obviously, in that time in Mecca, he cannot uproot the grass of haram. He cannot uproot the grass of haram. He cannot hunt or hunt the land hunt. So so there are two scenarios. One is هل تثبت الكفارة في حق المتمتع فيما إذا أتى موجبة كان اصطاد أو تطيب وجادل. Somebody hunts or puts perfume or argues or anything else which inflicts the kafara. So إذا أتى بموجبة أو جادل ثم بطلت عمرته. Here's the thing. So he did umrah, he messed up with his umrah. He did something, his umrah became invalid. لترك طوافها مثلا, abandoning the tawaf, for example. Okay, these are essential of Hajj, the tawaf and the sa'i and tawaf al-nisa and all those kind of things. You can make like a gradual list. What is most important, then it goes like that. So this is the number one segment. If somebody is going to do a mutamatta, so is his umrah going to be valid because he abandoned the tawaf, for example? الحكم كذلك. This is number one segment. Segment two, الحكم كذلك فيما إذا تبين بطلان إحرامه من الأول. And what if somebody knew from the beginning that his ihram was invalid from the beginning? So the answer is تجب عليه الكفارة في فرض الأول دون الثاني. So the first scenario, the kafar will be obligated. Why? Because he is doing Umrah al-Tamattu and Hajj al-Tamattu, such as hunting, placing perfume, or even arguing. ثم بطلت عمرته لترك طوافها مثلا. Then he avoided the Umrah became invalid. Okay. كان اصطاد أو تطير وجاء ثم. So he hunted, he kept perfume, and he argued. So his Umrah became invalid because, and after that, he came to do the tawaf. His Umrah became invalid because his tawaf and Salat al-Tawaf, he did it together. وللحكم فيما إذا تبين بطلان إحرامه من الأول. What if from the beginning the ihram did not even get fixed? Like many people, they do wrong intentions in ihram, so they don't enter the state of ihram. So if they don't enter the state of ihram, they're not muhrim. Once they realize they have entered Makkah without ihram, they need to rush out of Makkah and get it done before the Hajj season. تجب عليه الكفارة في الفرض الأول دون الثاني. So what is the فرض الأول? The kafara will be in the حق التمتع, the one who's doing عمرة التمتع. فيما إذا أتى بإمكانه, he hunted, he used perfume, he argued, and then his umrah got invalid because he abandoned the tawaf, for example. So is the ruling similar? Excuse me, for both? He says تجب عليه الكفارة في الفرض الأول. In the first part, because he though, like, what is the idea here? He did ihram, okay, and he violated some violations. Good. So number one, he was in the state of ihram. Number two, he violated. Number three is Umrah got invalidated. You got it? So now the violations I did, which causes kafara, penalty, am I required to pay the penalties? No, the Umrah got become invalid totally from the top. So do I have to say yes? Remember, you had entered the state of ihram. You had what? Entered the state of ihram. So you were muhrim. So when you violated, you were in the state of ihram. Then you exited the ihram and you, so now we have to see that your Umrah became invalid. So do I have to pay the kafara of those which I did in the Umrah which became invalid? Yes. You have to pay the debt of your violation. even though the Umrah becomes invalid. That's number one scenario. Number two scenario was, from the beginning his ihram was invalid. He did not say labbaik. He did not make intention. He did some of the violations of ihram, which he needs to do, redo it, everything. So he says that the second scenario, tajibu alil kafar. Kafar will be obligated upon him in the first scenario. As for the second scenario, it is not going to be applicable. Because why? Because the ihram was already invalid from the beginning, from Masjid al-Shajara or from these places. Ihram did not happen. In that case, if you did things which are incurs kafara, you are exempt. However, if you were there before before the, what they say, in the miqat, before the before proceeding, the guy's ihram was invalid. Later on, kafarat happened. He still believes that his ihram is okay, and he does the Hajj, and he does everything. And then they saw in the Hajj that he was doing some weird things with his ihram. Says, did you do this? Did you make the intention there? Did you say labbaik Allahumma? He said, I did not do any of these. That means kiss your ihram goodbye. You did not do umrah tamattu. So this is the scenario that you will not have to pay kafara if a woman or if someone forgets the three components and then refers back to the spirituality. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.